you. के वास्ते बुला रहे हैं रास्ते, उठो जगत के वास्ते बुला रहे हैं रास्ते, सफलता के शिखर पे चढ़ विजय का ध्वज सवार दो, सफलता के शिखर पे चढ़ विजय का ध्वज सवार दो। हे प्रभु का प्यारी सत्कार बार बार लो, हे प्रभु का प्यारी सत्कार बार बार लो। अध्यात्म क्रांति के लिए, विश्व शांति के लिए, अध्यात्म क्रांति के लिए, विश्व शांति के लिए, मिटाने क्रांति के लिए चुनौतियां स्वीकार लो। आना हमने साधन सुगम नहीं, कदम कदम बढ़ाए जा, खुशी के गीत गाए जा, कदम कदम बढ़ाए जा, खुशी के गीत गाए जा, मुस्कुराते हम सभी के होठों से उतार लो। को छोड़ शक्ति चक्र तरुण तरुण पुकारती माँ भारती निहारती, तरुण तरुण पुकारती माँ भारती निहारती, ये डूबती है नाव जो सहारा दे उगार। वो जगत के वास्ते बुला रहे हैं रास्ते, वो जगत के वास्ते बुला रहे हैं रास्ते, सफलता के शिखर पे चढ़ विजय का ध्वज सवार दो, सफलता के शिखर पे चढ़ विजय का ध्वज सवार दो।
Good evening, everyone. Today we gather here for a very special program. आज हम सब एक बहुत ही special program के लिए एकत्रित हुए हैं. We have been blessed with the presence of two angels of Baba who will be conducting today's event, BK Sister Mona Maharaj and BK Sister Aruna Jeevan. Before beginning with the program, let us sit in the remembrance of the Almighty, the Supreme Soul, Shiv Baba. इवेंट की शुरुआत करने से पहले हम सब थोड़ी देर बाबा की याद में बैठेंगे. प्लीज सिट स्ट्रेट एंड फोकस ऑन द पॉइंट ऑफ लाइट बिफोर यू. सब बिल्कुल सीधे बैठेंगे. शिव बाबा के ज्योतिर्बिंदु स्वरूप पर ध्यान केंद्रित करते हुए खुद को मस्तक के बीच चमकता हुआ एक प्रकाश का पुंज अनुभव करेंगे और बाबा से शक्तियां लेंगे. Now all of you can relax. Om Shanti. Okay, this is a program for the youth. थोड़ा सा और energetic होकर बोलेंगे. Om Shanti. Oh, very nice. Better than before. On behalf of Brahma Kumari's Kingsway camp, I welcome you all to today's motivational talk or event, which has been specially organized for the youth. And to deliver the talk, we are fortunate to have amongst us Sister Mona Maharaj, who have come all the way from South Africa to be with us. I would like to introduce Didi to all of you. Didi has done her B.Ed honors in education with a specialization in educational management from the University of South Africa. She has worked as a sales and administration manager with 7 years supply chain and business development experience. She has been a part of various voluntary projects like the Save Africa project, which resulted in opening of 40 offices in Africa. The Cape Town Arts Festival, facilitating children's meditation workshops. She is a facilitator and teacher of Raj Yoga meditation, a form of meditation based on understanding the incredible power of the mind through mindfulness. Currently, Didi is serving as a primary school educator and the head of English department at the Gauteng Department of Education. We welcome Sister and extend our heartfelt greetings. Relationships are one of the most beautiful gifts in life because they give people a chance to love and be loved. Relationships are a source of happiness for all of us. But in today's time, as we see all around, though we have more platforms and opportunities to stay connected with each other, yet we find it challenging to maintain healthy relationships with each other. Keeping in mind the importance of relationships for our mental, physical, social, and emotional well being, the title of today's talk is Nurturing Beautiful Relationships. Sister Mona, I request you to enlighten our brothers and sisters on this topic.
I greet you with the words Om Shanti. And I would like to request that each one of you do a quick mental check as to where you are right now. What is the feeling inside? Are you feeling a little bit tired? Or is it a little bit frustrated? Okay. So can you all just take a minute and do your own quick mental check-in? How you are feeling right now. Beautiful. I don't want you to share it with me, but I want to invite you to join me in a very, very relaxing meditation. So if you do have some soft instrumental music, and if it is available, you can play it for us. Okay. So sit back, relax, allow your mind to turn within. And for the next few minutes, invite yourself to consciously affirm to yourself, I am peace. I am love. I am happiness. And as I sit with this awareness, which I hold in my mind, I allow myself just for a minute, the soul journey to that region of total silence and stillness. I find myself in the presence of the ocean of peace. And just for a few seconds, I allow myself just to recharge, bathing in that ocean of peace. And once again, I allow myself back to the present, back to the now. All right, so after this few minutes, who can tell me how you're feeling right now? How is it you're feeling? Calm and so composed. Beautiful. And what were you feeling like before you came? Okay, very honest sharing. Beautiful. So it just takes a minute to stabilize the mind. And when the mind is stable, you can just allow that vibration of that ocean of peace and love and happiness just to fill the self. Yes? And so today it's all about each one of us tuning into the self and finding the thing that works the magic within us so that we feel rejuvenated, we feel refreshed every time we sit and consciously allow ourselves to be mindful of the meditation that we practice. So can I have an indication of hands? show of hands of how many of you that have been practicing meditation for over a year now. Okay, so there's a lot of new ones here. Good. So we're going to learn from each other and share together. Okay, so in any relationship, for any relationship to work out harmoniously, the first thing that we need is good communication. Do you all agree? Yes, communication is what is the main catalyst in relationships and building better relationships. And thinking out of the box is so, so important. And if you want to develop any relationship, to make it harmonious, to make it loving and kind, we have to practice that. Acha, is it working now? Oh, beautiful. Okay. Acha. Sorry. Right. So the main thing is insight. Insight into that relationship that I want to make it work. Okay. And so by having the insight to see the consequence of my action, I can never be deceived. And if my insights allow me to develop that relationship that I want to work, I see that I gain that power that is needed from that ocean. Yeah. And so the clarity of knowing, right, allows me to, okay, I think technology is not on our side today, so we let it be. We can have a heart-to-heart conversation. Okay. So firstly, I wanted to say that I'm so happy to see so many young faces here. In South Africa, to motivate the youth to come to spiritual gatherings is very difficult. I think because we've adopted the Western culture in such a unique way, I think all the technology available to the youth that makes them want to experiment with what is there available. I think of myself of being 4th generation out of India. And for me, I find that my deep roots in my culture has allowed me to adopt the spiritual path. And so I want to say that it's just absolutely wonderful to see each one of you and to really understand how special and unique you each one are. Because it takes a very special kind of soul to even think about walking this path of spirituality. And so, you know, when I have the power of the Almighty with me, I have a turbo boost of energy. I am never alone. And so, you know, it's incredible when God says, use me and use my energy in everyday relationships. Yes, sometimes there will be relationships that are difficult, you know, but I always say, with God behind me, nothing is impossible. And so I've put together a few pointers that we can begin to look at and begin to experiment with. And the first one is practice the combined form with Baba. And that means just allow him to work with you, because you are never alone. And if you have the ocean of peace, the ocean of love, the ocean of happiness with you, then definitely you can feel his power working with you. And your behavior of not reacting to souls. When you have a relationship that is always in a fight mode, it tends to get us reacting to that situation. But all we need to do is just to count till 10. Count till 10 silently, and then you will respond appropriately. And so it's so much more healing in our relationships when we begin to respond rather to react. And then when it gets really tough, especially in a work situation, I had a parent who had come in and said to me, "I'm so racist." And, that's the last thing, you would expect to come hitting you at the face, because your interaction is always in a soul-to-soul, loving relationship. And here I was confronted with a parent who says to me, I'm totally racist. And I had to step in, connect with God before I could respond. And if I reacted, I knew that I would create a lot more tension in that relationship. But the secret is really just take a minute and then respond. It makes such a difference, yeah? And as I said, sometimes when you have a karmic account with souls, then no matter what your words are, it will not reach out to that individual. And so every hour, for at least 3 minutes, and as Suryabai says, do it for 21 days. And you will find in that relationship, you give it all to Baba and make him responsible, and you will find that the help comes. And within 21 days, I promise you, if you do that on the hour, every hour, just at least 3 minutes, you'll find that that relationship can heal in a beautiful way. And then developing all relationships with Baba through yoga experimentation. I find that the more I begin to work with Baba, the more I begin to use his energy. Yeah, it's then, if I'm having that relationship of mother or father or best friend, yeah, whatever the relationship I'm battling with, whether it is my mom, whether it is my dad, just make time to experiment. Okay.
जिनको समझने में थोड़ी प्रॉब्लम हो रही है उनके लिए मैं हिंदी में एक्सप्लेन करना चाहूंगी। दीदी अभी तक ये बात कर रही हैं कि रिलेशनशिप्स में क्या प्रॉब्लम होती है और क्या क्वालिटीज होती हैं जो एक रिलेशनशिप में हमें रिक्वायर्ड होती है टू बिल्ड अ हेल्दी रिलेशनशिप विद अदर। तो एक हेल्दी रिलेशनशिप सामने वाले के साथ बिल्ड करने के लिए क्या क्या क्वालिटीज हमें चाहिए होती है। तो दीदी ने बात की क्वालिटीज की, जैसे कि लव, एक्सेप्टेंस, पेशेंस, ये सब क्वालिटीज हमें चाहिए होती है और हम ये कैसे बिल्ड कर सकते हैं। तो सबसे पहले दीदी ने बात करी ऐसे रिलेशनशिप बिल्ड करने की जो हमें ऑलमाइटी के साथ करना है। सो बाबा के साथ जब हम रिलेशन बिल्ड करेंगे तो वो रिलेशनशिप, वो संबंध आधार होता है बाकी सभी रिलेशनशिप्स का। तो अगर हमारे साथ बाबा के साथ हमारा रिलेशन अच्छा है तो हम सबके साथ रिलेशन पे वर्क कर सकते हैं इजीली। फिर दीदी कुछ प्रैक्टिसेस बता रहे हैं कि कैसे दूसरों के साथ हम रिलेशनशिप अपना इम्प्रूव कर सकते हैं। तो पेशेंट रहना, एक्सेप्टिंग रहना, 1 मिनट के लिए रुक जाना अगर कभी लड़ाई हो रही है किसी के साथ तो, और पेशेंटली सोचना, विचार करना, उसके बाद आपका रिस्पॉन्स बहुत अलग होगा जो आपका रिस्पॉन्स अगर आप एकदम रिएक्ट कर देते तो होता उससे. सो आई होप दिस इज व्हाट दीदी हैज बीन टेलिंग. सो आई वुड आस्क दीदी टू कंटिन्यू.
Okay, so I'm going to invite you all now just to sit back, relax, and I want you to listen to this. It's just for 1 minute.
So please, a moment.
What did I do? Okay.
So please, a moment to take care of the self. Oh, beloved Supreme Father, when I remember you as you are, living energy, a point of light, only then can I easily connect with you and receive your love. A love that is more than just a feeling, that allows me to give off myself, knowing that you've got me. I don't feel lonely, even if I am alone. After all, I am your child, and you give love to that which belongs to you.
Okay, so all it takes is 1 minute just for you to connect, absorb, and use God in your practical life. Can every one of you do it? Yes? Is it easy or is it difficult? I didn't hear that. Louder. Fantastic. Yes. And the more you allow God's energy to work with you, to nurture you, to lovingly nurture you, you will begin to realize how special you are, right? So with the understanding that I'm special, my thoughts and attitude of who I truly am allows me to create. Instead of being controlled by the external circumstances, the divine steps in and emerges my true natural nature of being, loving, which connects to my core values and to the goodness of others, wise, bringing a solution to every situation, powerful, being resilient in each challenge.
हेलो हेलो. हाँ, दीदी जी ने जो अभी वीडियो दिखाई, ऑडियो, उसमें ये कमेंट्री थी जहां हम बाबा के साथ कनेक्ट कर रहे हैं और एफर्मेशंस प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं, अपने असल स्वरूप को याद कर रहे हैं, रिमेंबर कर रहे हैं, और बाबा के असल स्वरूप को रिमेंबर कर रहे हैं कि बाबा एक पॉइंट ऑफ लाइट है, मैं भी एक पॉइंट ऑफ लाइट हूँ, और कैसे मैं उनका बच्चा हूँ, इसीलिए मैं ऑल पावरफुल हूँ. सो दीदी कह रही है कि अपने इन वर्च्यूज को, अपने इन क्वालिटीज, गुणों को अगर आप रिमेंबर करें, याद करें, सो ऑल रिलेशनशिप्स कैन बी मेड ब्यूटिफुल. सभी रिलेशनशिप्स को खूबसूरती से निभाया जा सकता है. सो ऑल यू नीड टू डू, जो आपको करना है, सिर्फ इकलौती चीज वो है रिमेंबर, खुद के असल स्वरूप को याद करना, और आप कैसे उस ऑलमाइटी से, बाबा से जुड़े हैं, कैसे उनसे संबंधित है, उसे याद करना, उसकी याद में रहना.
I want you now to each think of a moment in your time where the person that you love the most in your life shared with you something that made you very, very happy. Okay, I want you to go back to that moment, okay? And think about that time where you felt extremely happy. Okay? Whichever relationship it was, your mother, your father, your best friend. So think back to a time of great happiness in your life. Okay? Step into yourself.
ओके दीदी कह रहे हैं कि आप अपनी लाइफ में ऐसा मोमेंट याद कीजिए जहाँ पे आपने एक बहुत ही खूबसूरत पल शेयर करा हो अपने किसी बहुत खूबसूरत रिलेशनशिप में, वो आपके माता पिता भाई बहन कुछ भी हो सकते हैं। तो बैक इन टाइम जाइए वक्त में वापस और उसको याद कीजिए उस मोमेंट को।
Okay, so I'm sure you all thought of that moment. Okay, so I want you now to, in threes or fours, whichever person is closest to you, share that if you feel comfortable.
अगर आप चाहते हैं तो आप वो शेयर कर सकते हैं वो मोमेंट, कोई अगर करना चाहे तो।
In South Africa, when you tell them to share, they talk too much. Yeah, I can't see anyone talking. Please do feel free. Share. Share with
शेयर
each other.
करना चाहेगा वो स्पेशल मोमेंट, प्लीज अपने हाथ खड़े कीजिए।
Don't be so shy. Huh. Yes.
I think especially when I'm appreciated by mother after studying good throughout the days. Whenever she appreciates that respect.
Oh, so beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Lovely. Okay, anyone else would like to share? Any moment that in your life created joy and great happiness? One from the sister side. Yes. Mhm. Fantastic. That's what I want to hear. All the happy moments in our lives. And the reason why I'm asking you for this is an important part of the spiritual life is journaling, writing. And I invite you all to get yourself a diary. And you know, this is my work diary, but it is also my spiritual diary. And so at the end of each day, I take time just to write. And, you know, in the good old days of being a BK, I used to write a whole page and more sometimes because the intoxication of my happiness was so great. And every night I would write my little dear God, dear Baba, this was my day, these were my happy moments. And without you in my life, I would never be as happy as I am today. And so the gratitude in my heart is what I began to write. And when I developed a deeper, more meaningful relationship with God, God is my mother, God is my father, but most importantly, my best friend. Yes? And so the more I began to write, it created these loving feelings inside. And in my meditation, I found that my meditation began to improve. My connection with God became so much more natural and easy, and no effort was actually required. And this is why Baba refers to this as easy Raja Yoga. So he tells us that we need to churn this knowledge and grind our ingredients to create that intoxication, that happiness that's bubbling inside. And when I begin to write, it allows that process to happen naturally. So how many of you do journal here? Hey, fantastic. Well done. I always say, give yourself a good pat on the back. Lovely. I'm so happy. You can see I'm a school teacher, eh? And I know that India is the mother language of yoga, laughter. So how many of you do laughter yoga? Very good, very good. Yay. Oh, fantastic. So I'm going to invite you all now to please stand up. And my dear brother there, I'd like to invite you to please come stand with me so you get them all laughing. Yeah, that's it, that's it. So in all our facilitations, wherever I am, whether it is Kenya, Mauritius, wherever, even the old Mataji's at my center, they'll say to me, Sister Mona, can we have some laughter therapy? Yeah? So I always say that you've got to fake it until you make it. And all the happy juices, yeah, that is released, the endorphins, can heal all our illnesses well. So I always say, you've got to fake it till you make it. All right? So allow all those happy juices to be nurtured inside. So now I want you to imagine that each one of you have this beautiful bunch of flowers in your hand. Can you all get your bunch of flowers in front of you? Right? And then from the other hand, you've got a can. And in this can, we have some laughing gas. You all know what's laughing gas. Yeah? So I want you now to take your can and spray this bouquet with a lot of yes. Yes, that's it. Fantastic. Okay, so now I want you to take a deep breath in to see if this laughing gas works. Okay, so it's working, isn't it? Right, I want you now to get everyone around you to smell it around as well. Okay, let's see if she's got it. Walk around, share your gas. Come, brother. It's smelling. Go. Yeah, so very good. Thank you. That was a little bit more happier now. Yeah? I hope that you're going to practice some laughter yoga, hey? Together with your Raja yoga. Okay, please be seated. Thank you for indulging me. Okay, so the beautiful part of this spiritual journey is also understanding the language of God. And the language of God is the language of silence. And the more I'm able to still my mind, I'm able to tune in to God's frequency. Okay, so I'm going to ask you now to sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Awesome peace. We take care of the sun. Connecting my mind to the source of unlimited silence, to the one whom we call God. I feel a quiet calmness wash over me, a feeling that nothing can disturb me. I carry this feeling into the busyness of my day, with the confidence of knowing that everything is possible with God, my constant companion, and a feeling that I am never alone.
Yes, and so know that our Supreme Creator is there for us. We are never alone. And know that we are so loved. And when we understand that, our relationships with each other is so enhanced when I have that soul-to-soul connection. So within the Brahma Kumaris, we refer to it as soul consciousness. Being soul conscious allows me to elevate my awareness beyond the limited perceptions of time, of space, of gender. And in this consciousness, I am connected to my true identity of being a soul, a being of light, the understanding that we are all souls, children of the Supreme Soul, the awareness that the dimension of light is my home, and this world is the stage where I play my part. And so when I look, when I interact with each other, I see each other as that spark of divinity. I see the person in front of me as that pure being of consciousness. And when I connect in a soul-to-soul connection, then I do not create any karmic bondage, any karmic relationship with that individual. And to know that we are eternally together. We all belong to that family of the Supreme Atma, the Supreme Being himself. And so I know that there is time constraints for all of you, and we've stepped over the time. And before we actually, I want to end with this before I hand you over to my sister.
I'm seated with the inner mind pointed left. I am pure and enlightened. Through the connection to my Father, the Supreme Soul, illumines awareness of body consciousness. Is the only one who is beyond physical experience. I should become like the Father, Master, the 12. So,
Okay. And so I want to end up by sharing with you a beautiful insight. And in the Western world, the wise owl is that symbol of wisdom. The sight of an owl is a 360-degree perspective. And having this perspective allows me to observe with greater clarity. I experience being fearless because I know, cheerful because I am certain and carefree, purposeful. I have a clear vision of my destination. And so, if you look at the world, us, in these times of absolute chaos, if you look comparatively, India and Africa, I think India is still in a state of, how would I put it? In a state of calm still amidst all the chaos here. And if you live in Africa, you learn to be very, very stable and strong internally, because the levels of crime, the levels of theft, petty crime, just, because of the high levels of unemployment and poverty, for anyone to take another life, they don't think twice. And so when you know that God is there, your one strength, your one support, and you need nothing else except the power of God working in your life. And when you make God that pillar of strength, success in your life is guaranteed. And if you look at the Brahma Kumaris in South Africa, we established for almost 40 years now. And the sisters that work so tirelessly in our centers can share the most incredible stories of how at that crucial moment, just that connection with God saved them in so many circumstances. And so, yes, I want to say to you, make God that one support and one strength.
दीदी ने वैसे काफी कुछ कह दिया है अभी तक, पर एक जो आखिरी एनालॉजी दीदी ने दी है कि हमें कैसा बनना है, हमें एक उल्लू जैसा बनना है। तो उल्लू किस चीज का सिंबल होता है? ज्ञान का, विजडम का। और ऐसा क्यों? क्योंकि अगर आप उल्लू को देखें तो वो अपना सर घुमा सकता है 360 डिग्रीज। तो वो सिंबल है, मेटाफर है, किस चीज का? क्लैरिटी का, कि हमें चीजों का ज्ञान है, हमें चीजें समझ आती हैं। तो 3 क्वालिटीज, 3 गुण, 3 वर्च्यूज पर दीदी ने ध्यान दिया। पहला, निर्भयता, कि मैं निर्भय हूँ। क्यों? क्योंकि मुझे सब चीजों का सार पता है, मुझे इस दुनिया का सच पता है, मुझे भगवान का सच पता है, और मुझे खुद का सच पता है कि मैं कौन हूँ, मैं आत्मा हूँ। और दूसरा दीदी ने कहा चीयरफुलनेस, कि मैं हमेशा खुश रहूंगा, क्योंकि हमारे हाथ एक ऐसा ट्रेजर लग गया, ऐसा खजाना लग गया है ज्ञान का, कि हम हमेशा खुशी की स्टेट में रहते हैं, इसीलिए मैं हमेशा चीयरफुल हूँ। और तीसरा, पर्पसफुल, कि मेरे लाइफ में अब एक एम है, और वो एम क्या है? ज्ञान पर चलना और बाकियों को चलने में मदद करना। तो ये 3 वर्च्यूज जो है हमें एक उल्लू जैसा बनाते हैं। तो ये एनालॉजी दी दीदी ने, और ये हम कैसे रियलाइज कर सकते हैं? हम रियलाइज कर सकते हैं बाबा की भाषा बोलकर। तो दीदी ने कहा बाबा की भाषा कौन सी है? साइलेंस की भाषा, शांति की भाषा। जब हम शांति में बैठेंगे और मेडिटेट करेंगे और एफर्मेशंस का अभ्यास करेंगे कि मैं कौन हूँ, बाबा कौन है, हमारा रिलेशनशिप क्या है, उस पर चिंतन मनन करेंगे, तभी हम ये रियलाइज कर पाएंगे, इसका आभास कर पाएंगे कि बाबा हमारी लाइफ का अल्टीमेट सपोर्ट है, रिलेशन है। जैसे एक पिलर, खंबा होता है, वो फाउंडेशन होता है एक बिल्डिंग का, उसी तरह बाबा है। और अगर हमारा बाबा के साथ संबंध मजबूत है तो इस दुनिया में हर दूसरे आत्मा के साथ हमारा संबंध भी बहुत खूबसूरत और मजबूत होगा।
All right, so now I'd like to invite Sister Aruna to lead us into meditation. So I want you all to sit back, comfortable, relax, and if you have some instrumental music, yeah.
So we are welcoming now B.K. Aruna Jeevan sister. I would like to introduce her to all of you. Didi ji came on Gyan or Baba's knowledge in the year 1986. For 29 years, Didi worked at a commercial bank in South Africa. And after becoming the bank manager, Didi ji stopped working and dedicated her life in the pursuit of Baba's knowledge. Since then, Didi takes care of Baba's literature and travels at Pretoria Center, the capital of South Africa, and does services at Durban, which is Baba's center. Now, I would request Didi to make our brothers and sisters do meditation. So it's a wonderful opportunity to be with all of you and to truly share this peaceful, loving relationship of the self and God, the Supreme Soul. And it is a very easy meditation, open-eyed, if you haven't as yet practiced the meditation. You can focus on the point of light. And the reason why it's open-eyed meditation is to consciously experience yourself as that living being whilst you're doing whatever you need to do, that you consciously experience yourself as that soul. So just sitting comfortably, allowing your feet to be on the ground, your hands on your lap, whatever you're holding, try and just let it go. I take a moment to make sure that I sit relaxed. Becoming aware of yourself in this present moment, in the here and now. Taking your attention away from the noise around you. Turning your thoughts inwardly. Reminding yourself, I am a point of light. A being of peace. मैं हूँ एक आत्मा, ज्योति स्वरूप। मैं हूँ एक आत्मा, ज्योति स्वरूप। Allowing the energy to the center of the forehead. This is where I, the soul, reside. I take this moment to understand and relate myself as this point of light. The first relationship of understanding myself, the point of light, the being of peace. I feel the stillness
and experience the serenity, the vibration, and the feeling of peace travels throughout my being. Every muscle, every cell in my body experience sweet silence. The rays of light spreading all around me. I deeply explore my true identity. My inherent goodness of peace, love, happiness, joy, truth, power, purity. These are my inherent goodness. And by connecting to my true identity, I allow those wonderful qualities to shine. Allow those wonderful qualities to be reflected from my being to others as I relate to them, when I connect to them. Through this self-realization, I come to understand that I belong to that Supreme Being, that divine source, the ocean of peace, the ocean of happiness. So I give time to connect to that ocean so that I may fill the soul with peace and happiness. This is relating to that Supreme Soul. Creating a deep connection with that divine being. That source of power. I feel how the soul is receiving the current of peace, love, happiness, joy. Let me remain for a moment that Supreme Being, Shiv Baba, the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. Let me remain in the silence, in the sweetness of the relationship of my father, my mother, My friend, feel how I, the soul, am uplifted. Feel confident and loved. Just remain in the silence, in the stillness, and feel your power, your strength uplifted. Only silence and peace. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.
Thank you, sister. That was a really powerful yoga commentary. I'm sure अब हम सभी काफी energized feel कर रहे होंगे और जो आज हमने सीखा है, आज की हमारी learnings हैं, उसको हमने internalize भी कर लिया होगा with the help of such powerful yoga commentary. Now, I would like to open the panel for discussion. If anybody has any questions related to the talk or otherwise, they can raise your hands. अगर आपको कोई भी सवाल है आज के टॉक से रिलेटेड या दीदी जी से आपको कुछ पूछना हो, आप अपने हाथ खड़े कर सकते हैं. सत्यनारायण भाई पूछ रहे हैं कि अगर हमारा किसी से मुश्किल कार्मिक अकाउंट है, कड़वा कार्मिक अकाउंट है, तो उसे हम कैसे सेटल कर सकते हैं, सुलझा सकते हैं, रिजॉल्व कर सकते हैं.
I firmly believe that with the power of yoga, you can help mend that relationship. And you know what I shared about not reacting? You know that it is a karmic account. Do not react to the person. And I also believe that the early morning hour of meditation, which we refer to as Amrit Vela, is a powerful time where you can just for a minute invoke that soul in front of the Supreme Being, Baba himself, and send your love and light to that soul and let God's healing energy work with that soul. Because I believe that when you have a very bitter or bad relationship with someone, they will not want to even hear a word that you say. And so I think that the only way to actually help heal that relationship is using God's energy in a more powerful way. So entrust that to God, give it to Him, and let Him work with that soul. And so I think that the more you sit in meditation and allow God's healing energy, it will help heal that relationship. Try it.
बिल्कुल. जो दीदी ने अभी जवाब दिया सत्यनारायण भाई जी को, उससे भी मैं ट्रांसलेट करना चाहूंगी। दीदी ने कहा कि अगर आपका किसी के साथ ऐसा संबंध है जो कि कड़वा है, या आप उसे सही ठीक करना चाहते हैं, तो आप योग से कर सकते हैं। सुबह अमृत वेला उठकर बाबा को इमर्ज कीजिए, उस आत्मा को इमर्ज कीजिए और उसे प्रेम की वाइब्रेशन सेंड कीजिए और बाबा की मदद से कीजिए। तो ऐसे आप कर सकते हैं। और प्रैक्टिकली ऑल्सो जब भी आप उनसे मिले तो आप रिएक्ट ना करें और पेशेंस रखें। तो दीदी यही कह रही थी कि काफी डिफिकल्ट होता है जब हम रियल लाइफ सिचुएशन में उनसे मिलते हैं, तो कभी कभी तो हम सुनना भी नहीं चाहते, हमें इतने बुरे लगते हैं कुछ लोग, तो कैसे इस संबंध को सुधारें। तो योग की मदद से वो बहुत इफेक्टिव हो सकता है। ओके, अनदर क्वेश्चन।
But I didn't really analyze, but probably I'll be more relaxed now. And, that's one question maybe I think. If the whole life but as a figure or as a personality, how that feeling or feeling or whatever the feeling. Could you please
I would like to invite you to do the meditation course. Who was it that invited you? Acha, so my sweet sister, you have a ready-made invitation. And so I would recommend that you do the meditation course. I think back to myself, I was at an age where I was searching for truth. I was merely 20 years old. I had been studying, the Vedas and all the scriptures. And it took a young sister from London who was visiting South Africa. And I'd listened to the course and I was just drawn to the knowledge. It was so profound, and all the questions that kept coming up in my mind were answered when I did the course, step by step, taking me through the process. When I refer to the Supreme, I see that as the energy which is neither male nor female. I see that energy as the Supreme Being. And within the Brahma Kumaris, we refer to that point of light as Shiva. But we may call that Supreme Parent of each one of us by many names, but ultimately it's the creator of humanity, our supreme and eternal parent. And so when we refer to Baba as that supreme energy, that's what we refer to it. And when we use the term Baba, it's a term of endearment, as we would call our physical father, dad, daddy, or, Baba. In many languages, Baba means father. And so that's what we refer to when we refer to Shiv Baba or Baba. But I do invite you, and I'll ask my sister here to make the time to take you through the course. And I know that once you have taken that 7-day challenge, you will find so many questions that the soul yearns for clarity on being answered. I hope that helps.
I think, sister, this is the perfect opportunity for him to be here because he's an assistant professor at Hindu College. He teaches philosophy.
Okay.
So since you mentioned Vedas and Upanishads and scriptures, so I think he would definitely be able to relate with it.
Yes. Fantastic. You know, I believe that there's a time and place for everything. And when the moment is right, everything happens naturally.
कोई और कोई सवाल पूछना चाहेगा? Please अपना हाथ खड़ा कीजिए.
Let's hear one from the mothers. Sisters, sorry.
माताओं से. Okay, sister, there is a question. Someone has asked it on the YouTube. So that person is a student.
Yes.
And he or she says that since we are student, it's very difficult for us to take out time apart from our studies. So how do we take out time for meditation? How do we manage it along with studies?
What I just shared with you, those brief video clips, pause for peace. Just 1 minute, whenever I get a minute, whether just before I have a cup of tea, whether it is before I eat my meal, just taking that 1 minute is all it takes. And being a school teacher and educator myself, I lead a very, very busy life, you know. And I tell you that if you are able to get up a little bit earlier, half an hour earlier than you normally do, and use that time, start your day with powerful meditation, you'll find that throughout the day, that energy you took in the morning helps you overcome whatever the obstacles, whatever the challenges, whatever the burdens are. And it gives you the power to cope and deal with it. And it just takes, I would recommend to anyone that's just starting up, just get up half an hour earlier. Start your day with meditation. And as a young student, it will help build your concentration power. And the more I develop my concentration power, the easier it is for me to absorb much more in my studies. And download an app, which in the UK, it's called B-Zone. B-Zone. And I do recommend it to each and every one of you. In India, the app is traffic control. So on the hour, every hour, soft instrumental music begins to play on your phone. And I even use it in my classrooms with my kids as well, and they just love it. So for that moment, when the music comes on, wherever you are, except when you're driving, hey? So you just connect with God. Just say to yourself, I am peace, I am love, I am happiness. I'm connecting to that ocean of peace, that ocean of love, and you'll feel instantly that connection of calmness, of peace. It just swells deep within the self, the soul, the heart. And it becomes so natural that you are radiating peace and calmness naturally wherever you are in your circle of life. So I guarantee it works. So do download the app and do work with it, and you'll see the difference it makes in your life. So I also want to say thank you for listening so attentively. And it really makes my heart so happy that you took the time out to listen to spiritual knowledge. And if you take at least one thing from tonight and practice it in your life, I know and I can guarantee you that peace will be with you. And it is invoking that eternal sanskar, which is deep-rooted within the subconscious layers of the soul. And you will feel and experience that vibration that has been there eternally with you. Om Shanti.
I would like to thank both of our sisters for sparing your valuable time and coming here and making us do such a powerful yoga commentary and delivering a beautiful, thoughtful talk on nurturing beautiful relationships. I would also like to thank our audience for participating wholeheartedly. इतने पेशेंस से आप सब बैठे रहे, आपने सुना और अच्छे अच्छे क्वेश्चंस पूछे, उसके लिए हमारी ऑडियंस के लिए भी बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। आप सब अपने लिए भी तालियां बजाएं एक बार और हमारी सिस्टर्स के लिए भी और हमारी साधना दीदी, तारा दीदी और सविता दीदी जो हमारे ऑर्गेनाइजर्स हैं उनके लिए भी और बाबा के लिए ऑफ कोर्स।
I just wanted to say that when we stepped into this beautiful center, the vibrations of such peace and such calm was so lovely to note. And I think that it is the sisters here, the students that attend, that create this beautiful atmosphere. And it is your great fortune to be part of the center. So do come and take as much benefit as you possibly can whenever you have free time on your hand. Yeah, do take maximum benefit of this beautiful facility. These hardworking sisters are so dedicated to the upliftment of each one of you, of this community. So do take maximum benefits. Thank you.
Okay, one sister has a question.
So the great emphasis that I think we shared today was meditation. And when we continuously have good wishes and pure feelings in our thoughts, in our heart, in our words, in our mind, we start to generate an energy of peace, love, and that vibration and feeling is then felt by whatever the sanskaras that are. So we don't then think that there's a negative sanskara within ourselves, because what we're doing is we're focusing on the positive. So then allowing that negative sanskara to work out. So when we keep thinking that we have that negative sanskara, that means we're keeping that energy of negativity. So therefore, that energy increases. So when we move towards the positive side of it, then we allow those good wishes and pure feelings to continue to emerge. So we allow then that negative sanskara to move away. And by connecting ourselves to that supreme soul, we allow the energy, because we've lost the strength of the soul. So when we meditate, when we reflect, when we take time to focus on that soul and our connection with that supreme soul, that divine source, gives us the power and the strength to maintain the positive, pure energy. So then we can allow that negative sanskara to melt.
Also, when you think about positive thought energy, yeah, and you use affirmations, from my thought level, it becomes my word level. And if I'm thinking in a positive way, it automatically results in my words being positive. And if my words are positive, it impacts on my action. And so then I see the change in my action. And it is my actions that make my personality, the way I am, the way I feel, the way I respond and react to everything around me. And so it all starts with your meditation, as Sister said, and using the power of positive thought in a more profound way. And you'll find that all those sanskaras of negativity will simply gently disappear, and you are refocusing that energy in a positive way.
Once again, Sister Mona and Sister Aruna, I'm really sorry for interrupting you, sister. Please conclude the event with your powerful words.
Thank you so much. When Sister Mona was talking about the place and my experience of walking in this morning, it truly felt like a peace palace. So just whatever you are going through in your life, and yes, there are many pressures that we are facing, and especially students as you are studying, whatever you're doing through your day-to-day life, allow yourself a gift. The present is a present. So gift yourself this gift of just doing the meditation course. You don't have to become a dedicated Brahma Kumar or Kumari. Sometimes we feel the pressure to say, I don't want to be like these sisters wearing white or, but when we start to give something to ourselves to uplift our own awareness, our own consciousness, we create a lightness within, because we carry a lot of burden within ourselves, wanting and needing and wanting and needing, and it's very much on an external level, which is temporary. But when we start taking from inside of who we are and we connect to that Supreme Soul, the Creator, our parent, we allow ourselves to be in the present, be soul conscious, be aware of yourself, of your true identity. And so you have this opportunity, you have this beautiful place, take advantage. It's free of charge, nothing, it's just your time. So when you have that opportunity, and don't say tomorrow, because tomorrow never comes. I'm sure there is a course that is ready starting next week on Monday. Put your name down and give yourself that tomorrow. Tomorrow, give yourself that opportunity. And it will really help you, your focus, allow you to find your direction. Truly know that what it is that I want, and having true understanding of who you are and where you want to be. Just giving you that clarity. I find that that is such a wonder, allows me to really have that clarity within my intellect of what it is that I want. So give yourself that gift. And thank you so much for being here. And we really felt very warm welcome from our Didis. Thank you.
बिकॉज दीदी ने अपॉर्चुनिटी की बात की खुद को बदलने की, तो मैं बता दूं कि अपॉर्चुनिटी 1 अप्रैल से शुरू हो रही है. सो जिन लोगों ने कोर्स नहीं करा है, न्यू बैच स्टार्ट हो रहा है फॉर द कोर्स. सो यू कैन ऑलवेज कम एंड डू द फ्री राज योगा मेडिटेशन 7-day कोर्स. बैचेस है मॉर्निंग में 7 से 8 एंड इवनिंग में भी 7 PM to 8 PM. सो प्लीज डू ज्वाइन ऑल ऑफ यू जो पहली बार आ रहे हैं आज. एंड अब हम बाबा का प्रसाद और ब्लेसिंग कार्ड देंगे. लाइक एवरी अदर इवेंट वी कंक्लूड द इवेंट विद दिस. सो सिस्टर्स, आप सबको बाबा का प्रसाद और एक ब्लेसिंग कार्ड देंगे, तो वो लिए बिना मत जाइएगा. एंड थैंक्स अ लॉट for sparing out your valuable time and joining us for the event today. तो हम ये इवेंट कंक्लूड करेंगे 2 मिनट मेडिटेशन में, बाबा की याद में बैठेंगे. I would request you all to sit straight in the remembrance of the Almighty, Supreme Soul, Shiv Baba.
हारिए विजय का नाम लीजिए, हारिए विजय का नाम लीजिए, सत्य पथ के राहियों मशाल थाम लीजिए, सत्य पथ के राहियों मशाल थाम लीजिए, हिम्मत ना हारिए विजय का नाम लीजिए. मशाल जो जला जलेगा आखिरी सांस तक, मशाल जो जला जलेगा आखिरी सांस तक, कारवां चला है जो चले क्षितिज के पार तक, कारवां चला है जो चले क्षितिज के पार तक, झुके नहीं ध्वजा सदा वो काम कीजिए, झुके नहीं ध्वजा सदा वो काम कीजिए. हिम्मत ना हारिए विजय का नाम लीजिए.
साउथ अफ्रीका से 2 एंजल सिस्टर्स आए हैं और अब वो आपको ब्लेसिंग कार्ड और बाबा का भोग देंगे. तो आप सब एक एक करके पहले ब्रदर्स आ जाएं और भोग और ब्लेसिंग कार्ड लिए बिना मत जाइएगा. ओम शांति.